Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the newest champion, Viv Vision. And folks, let me just start by saying that I am absolutely in love with this champion, but not like in a creepy way, okay? Now, if you've been to the channel before, you know I rarely get this hyped for new characters, so believe me when I say that Viv is making a strong argument for my favorite tech champ in the game. So I've got 4 fights to show you today, and as you watch, I wanted to point out one thing beforehand, and that is that I don't take a single hit point of damage in any of them. And this is how she's intended to be played. She is extremely powerful. That power comes at the cost of a fairly high skill cap. However, if you learn to play her well, you're going to be finishing most fights with her without taking any damage. So I do want to preface these fights by saying that I'm pretty sure that Viv was designed to be a Battlegrounds attacker because she excels in really low health pools, and when the health pools start getting up into like the 500,000 plus, she really struggles to kind of maintain and reset her rotation. So that being said, you know, we don't have Battlegrounds active or available on the CCP beta servers, so we have to use story content for our testing. This is a Jubilee from 735 with about 326,000 health, and you can see we're getting our openings against her so easily. So the rotation I'm using here is basically, you know, kind of her standard rotation for low to medium health fights. You want to build up to the special 2, and then you can fire off special 1s repeatedly, which are unblockable while the defender is below a bar of power here. And we're gaining power as we throw the special 1, you can see, so we can just toss 3 or 4 of them right in a row with absolute impunity. And you can see just these past 4 special 1s have absolutely annihilated this Jubilee's health. So at this point you kind of have 2 options. You can either continue with the SP1 and the basic hits, or you can try and reset her rotation by building back up to the special 2, which I think is what I'm doing here. Now the kind of caveat about building back up to the special 2 is that it actually consumes your armor ups when you tap the block during the slow-mo portion of the special attack. And it consumes those armor ups to give you additional solar energy, which you can then spend with the special 1. So you can see here, I'm gaining the solar energy, but it's, you know, I'm also now out of armor ups. I've got 1 left. So, you know, danger zone, of course, if I take a hit. But it doesn't matter because 1 more special 1 here ends up the fight. So full yellow bar, absolute domination, 326,000 health. Okay, next up we have a Cyclops from Act 7.1.1, and the note I want you to notice here is Mighty Charge. Now this also works against any Rhino in the game or any form of stun immunity or unblockable for that matter. So normally in a fight like this, the defender is going to be passively unstoppable when they dash toward you. If it's Rhino, he has a chance to be unblockable as well, especially against small champions like Viv. But Viv doesn't care about any of that because as long as she can get the parry/phase off, she can get her easy openings in without taking any damage, without worrying about having to reparry. So we're doing the same rotation here, the special 2 to consume our armor ups, build up that solar energy, and then we're just going to nail him with a series of unblockable special 1s here. So we're going to finish that combo there. Special 1. Special 1 is using solar energy, and that is where our power gain is coming from. This is not a power back boost. This is built into her kit. She is gaining power just from using that solar energy. And there we go. 3 special 1s later, his health is significantly lower than it was a moment ago, and then we can finish up with either, you know, going back to the special 2 or continuing to throw special 1s. I don't do it in this fight, but you can get really fancy with Viv and the parry/phase. Like, you can parry Cyclops' beam and kind of get your openings in that way, just like you would with Kitty. There is enough time to do that on most champion specials. So we're just going to, we fired off that 1 special 2, and now we're back to the special 1. Down he goes, another fight, 0 damage, absolute destruction. Okay, fight number 3 is a Sinister from 746 with 450,000 health. Want to point out a couple things here. The first is that we are making good use of Viv's passive heal block, which is available on her 2nd medium, and then we're kind of alternating it with the suppression debuff on her 4th light. You might notice that we are not actually triggering his regen very often anyways, and that's because Viv's crit rate is extremely low. It's like 4.5%. You might think that's a problem, but against most mutants, critting them is very bad, including Sinister, Havoc, a few others that I can't think of off the top of my head. We're also going to be doing a different rotation here. We're actually going to be going for the special 3 instead of the special 2. The special 3 grants her a permanent Fury buff. It gives her like 18 to 20% of her attack rating. We're also getting passive furies from the nodes as well. So I don't even think we make it back up to a special 2 at this point. I think the special 1s just completely nuke him down. You can see we're doing so much damage. He is unable to regen because we're not critting, and when we are critting, we have the heal block active. The heal block is paused while we're attacking into him, and we're just continuing to get easy openings here with our parry phase. And there we go. One special 1 absolutely wrecks him, and one more combo hit brings him down. Alright, this last fight is absolutely my favorite. This is an Ebony Maw from Act 7 with 400,000 health, and you can already see the strategy here. So Viv's phase is long enough for you to charge and release a heavy, which gives you easy, damage-free knockdowns on Ebony Maw. And beyond that, we are also immune to Nullify with at least 1 armor up active, so we don't have to worry about him giving us degen from that special 1. We also don't have to worry about triggering the buffet node either. So really, all we have to do is keep an eye on that focus timer, get our parry phases in, keep him knocked down, keep that focus off of us. We're going to use the special 3 rotation here to get that little bit of extra damage since the health pool is pretty large. By the way, I absolutely love this special 3 animation. There's something very satisfying about seeing Ebony Maw completely whiff against anybody here. Alright, so at this point we're going to continue to phase heavy, keep that focus off of him, prevent the falter debuff from ever triggering on us. Meanwhile, we're going to be building up to our special 2 to consume our armor ups, build up that solar energy for some meaty special 1s. Now in any fight with Nullify, especially against a Maw because he has that degen, you do need to be very careful about managing your armor ups. So Viv is only Nullify immune as long as she has 1 armor up. So if you are throwing those SP2s too loosely, you are going to end up with 0 armors and you're going to end up taking a bunch of damage or triggering buffet. So there we go, we have consumed a few of them to get that solar energy, and now we are able to throw off a couple special 1s. Maw does limit our power gain rate, so we're not able to throw a bunch of them in the row here. But you can see like how much damage these are doing. Imagine taking 0 damage against a 400,000 health Ebony Maw, because that is exactly what Viv is about to do in this fight. So one more phase here, and a heavy attack to keep him focused. And there we go, special 1 to finish. Absolutely love what this champion can do. That's going to do it for this one, folks. I cannot wait to get this champion on my live account. Might have to unretire from early access bundles. We'll see how that goes. In any case, if you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting that like button, and be sure to sub for more Viv content on the way, I'm sure. As always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.